Welcome to another video from JM Cabin Services. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned for more videos. Right, we've looked at the drawing. Predetermined spacing is 388 for these joists. JM's going to get that cut. We keep everything nice and uniform the whole way through. Right, this is all screwed up now. Just got to position it, sort it out. It's a little bit out of level, so we've got to do a bit of packing. Other than that, ready to go. So we've got a hatched area here. So we've got a 200mm overhang on the left, the right, and the back. Front doesn't really matter. But when you're positioning, you just need to make sure that you are this far away at least from your perimeter. So what we've done is we've put a beaded tile up around the edge. That gives us 25mm. We've got a bit of a discrepancy in the base here. We can just bring the camera over so you can see. Got some low spots. So yeah, that gives us 25mm to just try and bring the bearers level and get the old building nice and straight. So here we are getting ready to flip the base over so that we can level the joists individually. Make sure we're all nice and level everywhere, and then we'll be in a good position. At this point, be sure to get a tape measure and measure corner to corner. This will ensure that your base is nice and square and will make the rest of the building a breeze. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and just follow for more videos really. Right, that's what we've done over here. We've raised the whole thing and to stop the insulation from touching the floor. We've put some 20mm battens on there. We've pinned them on every 400 in our grid pattern. We already had the measurements there because of earlier. This gives us 50mm to put our insulation on. Ends up flush with the top. Jamie, chuck a piece of insulation in, mate. See, that keeps us off the floor. As soon as we've done this, we'll be ready to start loading out the building. I've got to say that when you've insulated it like this, you've got your airflow gap underneath, because we've got gaps underneath where we've raised it, and it creates a perfect vapour barrier as well to protect the floorboards. A little bit. It's all good. Just a little bit of packing underneath. We've had a lot worse, don't worry. We've got our first ring round, our half pieces. We've checked it the whole way round. We're going to be flush all the way round. Fix this down. Check you've got no bows in your side walls. Screw in the centre, nice and flush. Screw in the end. And you want to screw your front corners. Make sure it's not going anywhere. And get a bead of screws all the way around. Bead of screws, I mean just a line of screws the whole way around. We're flush here, flush here. Screw in the middle again, make sure that we can't bow out. Screw at the back here. Screw in the corner. Screw in this front corner. We're going to have to spade bit down at the back rigging. Get a spade bit. We're going to bore a hole out to make sure our 4-inch screw can reach through the log into the bearer below. Alright, now you've loaded all your logs out. You've checked your quantities, make sure nothing's missing, and you can start building. Alright, so we've got a white non-marking mallet. You don't want to leave black marks all over your wood. Chuck a couple of logs in. As soon as we've got a couple of these in, we can get our doors and our windows on the go. Check it down all the way along. That's it. Get a front one in. It's nice and down. Let's go over to the other side. Cut one in. What a conveniently placed mallet. Gonna get a bit sticky in here soon. Room wise. Nice and down in the middle. Front one in. That's it, ready to chuck our windows in. Spin around. Right, so first roof board. The drawing states that you've got a 200mm overhang on the left, 200mm overhang on the right. Get yourself measured up. Now I'm going to check every 3 boards. Get yourself nice and flush with the front, which we are. Nail in the front, nail in the back. Make sure that your board can't curl, and then keep filing them in. Right, so roof's boarded. I'm going to put this batten on the back here. Show the end of this rig. You've got this going flat on the roof boards here, and you've got this batten that extends the roof past the edge of the roof just enough so that when you put your guttering clips on this fascia that's going across here, it sends it past just enough for the water to strip off straight down into your gutter. Jobs are good. Screw this on here. Get nice and flush with the edge of that. Know where our joists are. Let's go and get a drill. Some 4-inch screws. 4-inch screws, 100mm if you're talking metric. Straight to the edge of the purlins. That's it. Make sure you pulled in. One last one at the end there. Pulled in nice and tight. Get your sides on. That boxes everything in. So when it comes to doing your curb edge trims for your rubber, got something solid to nail into. Let's trim these down. Jamie, could you chuck us up a roof edge square, mate, please? Yes, mate, please. Trim this edge as well at the same time. Cheers, buddy. Pencil away. Screw down. I'll have to screw from the underside of the roof here, 40mm screws, because we haven't got any purlins to screw into. Some 40s. Let's have a little look underneath here, Rig. 40mm screws, got a 25mm batten, 19mm roof board, 40s are perfect. Nice flush with the edge of your roof. There we go. Screw it every 3 boards, as I said. Needs to be nice and solid. For when you're nailing your roof trims into it. Beautiful. One last screw in here. And then we're ready to chuck insulation on. And then our OSB. And we'll be ready to get the roof up here. Rubber, relaxing, ready to go. Right, so we've got our 11mm OSB, 25mm insulation, 19mm roof board. We screw the perimeter with our 40s into our batten that we put on there. Make sure that you go past the surface so you don't see any screws when you put your EPDM on. And then we nail all of our internals with the 50mm ring shank nails. And once this is all finished, you'll be ready for your rubber. Before your rubber goes down, you need to make sure you've swept the roof off, it's free of any sawdust. And then you need to make sure that you're checking for nails. Make sure there's no nails sticking proud that you'll see when you put your rubber down. Right, so we've got our 2-part gutter trim going on now. This goes on flush with the edge of the roof. You just hold that end for us, Rig. Cheers, buddy. We go flush with the edge of the roof over here. Nice and flush with the top of the roof. Bolter on. Now the idea of that is you'll have your first trim, your rubber goes off, down, and then it gets trapped with the second gutter trim. As I said, it's 2-part, and that compresses, and then it leaves a perfect edge out here for your gutter ring to come underneath here for it to catch the rainwater off the roof. Right, so we've got a rubber down. I'm going to leave it for about half an hour to relax. You know, it's all been squished up, wrapped up on its way home from the factory. We're going to trim it, probably leave a good 2-3 inches overhang the whole way round. James just getting his floorboards laid. Got a lino going on the top of here, so nails ain't an issue. Right, we're going to get this roll back about halfway. So let's make a nice tight roll to start with. Nice and tight, yeah? Yeah. Start rolling it. Keep it going. Turn around. Every now and then I fall apart.
A little tug.
Gentle tug, gentle tug. Keep it going. Some foliage in the way. There we go. And keep going back to about halfway. Well, probably a little bit further than halfway. I don't think it makes much odds as long as the rubber doesn't slip off the roof. That's good enough for me. I'm going to get rolling this in 9-inch segments, leaving a 50 to 100mm gap at the edge. Glue the bonding adhesive down. Regan's going to follow me with the brush, roll out every time I've done a strip. Again, I'm going to leave a little 50 to 100mm gap there. More rolled. It's important that if you see any burrs on your travels or any dust, to get rid of it. You don't want to see that coming through your rubber. What Regan's doing is just sweeping it, making sure that there's no air bubbles. Should have really got my knee pads. Sliding across this like Bambi on ice. There we go. Now you don't want to wait for this to go off at all. You want to just get laying on it straight away. Hold up. Straight back to the top. Probably the fastest part of the job. Second to the shell going up, I suppose. There we go. And yeah, keep going till you get to the end. Swap over and do the other side. Polytop nails. So your EPDM normally comes in a kit. You'll have all your trims, your stainless steel polytops, your stainless steel pins, which is for the first part, your gutter and trim. Get her over. Make sure she's nice and comfortable. I say she, could be a he. Send them home. Rest in peace to that one. Now you have got preset holes here, already drilled, ready to fire in. Nice and equally spaced. I want to get that rubber nice and tight. There we go. Love it when trees are in the way. Last one. Make sure when you put your next trim on, you've got to leave a 1mm gap per metre of run of your trim for expansion. Bit of knowledge for you there. Get that done. And we'll have this side one on now, Regan, I think. Get a full length trim. This is your other type of edge trim. I think we'll go right towards the front first and we'll put our small cut towards the back. Make sure you give that a good push down, compress that foam strip. again, pull it nice and tight, drop your nail on the floor. Come over here, Regan. Put this other one on just temporarily to show you. But you'll have this go on here. And there's some corner trims, which are here. These have got knockouts on, so you can just pull them out. And they basically go right over there like that. We're going to pre-drill them and then nail them in with polytop nails. And that's your corner detail. Job's good.